Good morning.
Good morning, my lady.
Good morning, my lady.
Good morning, my lady.
May it please the court, my lady. Morning. May I just...
Just a second. Nelly Siwe, can you please place the matter on record?
Morning, Judge. Today is the 2nd of February, 2023. Calling the matter of Life Esidimeni Inquest, case number I-001 of 2021. Thank you, Judge.
Of 2023.
No, Judge, that's the case number of 2021.
Yes, I just heard 2021. I was like, now where are we? All right. Do we have an interpreter today, Nelly Siwe?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Mabena will be assisting us today. I'm just positioning him.
Morning, Mr. Mabena.
Morning, my lady.
Thank you so much. Mr. Pinar, did you want to play something on record?
Yes, please, my lady. May it please the court, my lady. I've just been informed, I informed your registrar accordingly, my lady, that Mr. Shabangu has taken ill and is attending at the doctor this morning. I do not know what the nature of his disposition is, but he said he'll endeavour to follow the proceedings depending on what the result of his diagnosis is on YouTube as far as possible, specifically with regard to the fact that the evidence being elucidated presently under cross-examination relates to his client, Ms. Nyatlu, who was the CEO of CCRC. But he will let me know as soon as he's received information from the doctor that he's attending at, my lady, and I will inform the court accordingly.
Okay. For now, then that means you'll stand in for him.
As far as possible, as I've, keeping in mind, I've not consulted with his client in any manner.
No. We understand that, but I'm just saying we know that he really has indicated that he would want to cross-examine this witness. Yes. What I'm saying is that because he says he will listen on YouTube, we can proceed today depending on the circumstances, and then until we hear what his situation is.
That's correct, my lady. I will keep the court up to date as your ladyship pleases. Thank you. I'm indebted to your ladyship.
Thank you. The witness is still under oath.
Thank you, my lady.
Okay. Mr. Pichela, good morning.
Morning, my lady.
You may proceed.
Thank you, my lady. Good morning, Dr. Manamela.
Dumela ngaka Manamela.
Thobela Ntate Pichela.
Hello, Mr. Pichela.
Are you well?
Let's talk about ngaka. We are supposed to be well, yes, I'm well.
Okay. Now you remember that yesterday when we adjourned, we were talking about the movement of patients and your instruction for Siabadinga to surrender one of their wards and give it to Anchor. Do you still recall?
Le sa gopola mabane nako le fetša go bolela re be re bolela ka tsaba ya go tšamaiša ga balwetse go tloga lefelong go ya lefelong le leng segolo thata le bolela le ka lebaka le ya Seabadinga gore ba fane ka woti ya bona e nngwe go bana ba ankga le santsane le gopola.
Ke a gopola.
Yes, I still recall.
And you indicated that you were able to use, after taking that ward from Seabadinga, there was additional space that you created there.
Wa gopola re boletse gore morago re seno tša ona wate go ba Seabadinga sone go ba le space se se bang gona se se dirwang gona moo.
Ke a gopola.
Yes, I do recall.
You even mentioned something about, I don't know whether you called it a veranda or a corridor where now patients were being accommodated, and that was converted, it was covered up.
Wa gopola boletse ka se se mabana ke gopola ro le ke veranda kapa ke yona corridor yona ile ya lokiša gona mo gape le bona balwetse ba beiwa go yona ka mantswe a mang.
Ke yona veranda, ke nnete.
That is correct, that is the veranda.
My instructions are that from Ms. Dorothy Franks of Anchor, are that after you gave this instruction that she must now share premises with Seabadinga, this led to an incident in which it was said that male and female patients were being mixed.
Theeletša gabotse mo ge ngaka ge nna ke swere instruction e tswang go yona mme go tsweng ke Dorothy Franks wa bona go tswa gona Anchor o boletse le morago gore ge lena le fane ka ona tetla kapa tumelano ya gore ba thome ba share le ba Seabadinga, then go bile le yona kgakanego ya gore balwetse ba senna le ba sesadi ba thome go kopana gona fao.
O ka re ile ya reportiwa ke ya e gopola.
Yes, it seems it was reported. I do remember about it.
And in fact, this additional ward that you say was being used by Seabadinga to more like a dumping site, as you said, was actually renovated by Mrs. Franks and not the department.
Gabotsebotse yona additional ward o boletseng ka yona gore e be berekiswa ke bona ba Seabadinga ba.
I think the interpreter is stuck, my leader. I can't hear anything further. Mr. Mabena, we didn't catch the interpretation.
Thank you, Council. I was still expecting an answer from the doctor because I put forward what you just said to the doctor. So the only thing that was missing.
Just a second, just interpret what the question by Mr. Pichela.
As the court, please, Miley.
Yes, you were busy interpreting that question to the witness. You didn't finish it.
As the court, please, my lady. However, the system got frozen on my side. Maybe the question might be repeated again for my benefit.
Yes.
Because Nelly did come in and assist me about it. It got frozen.
Mr. Pichela?
The proposition that I'm putting to you is that this additional ward, the one that you said was being used by Seabadinga more as a dump site, was actually renovated by my client, Ms. Dorothy Franks, and not the Gauteng Department of Health.
Ka ge ke le hlaloseditse ngaka gore lona lefelo le kapa additional ward e be go e šomišwa ke yone ba ga Seabadinga bjale ka yona dumping site go ya ka mo go le tlhalositseng ka gona ga botsebotse go lokišwa ga yona ga sanke a lokiša ke lefapha la tša maphelo e fela e lokišitše ke ena mme go thweng ke ena Dorothy Franks go tšwa go ba enko ke yona polelo kapa preposition e moemedi a itla mo go lena.
Sewe a se nnete.
That is not correct.
Ora ore o misitše o le botša dilo ka moka tšea di dirileng kwa Kalafong, not go Cullinan.
It means that she missed to inform you about all things that she did at Kalafong, not in Cullinan.
If ke eta nkare o tlile even šetše o be a se na le space ga šalla itla ka Cullinan. So a ke kwešiše gore a ka ba e renovatile neng ward eo.
Actually, if I want to make it addition, when she came on board or came over, there was no longer a space when she came over to the site of Cullinan. So I don't know how did she renovate that ward.
Continue, Mr. Ken.
Okay, moving along, my lady. What I'm saying is that the department is the one that cleaned that ward and made it habitable. It wasn't Mrs. Franks.
Come again?
So, I'm saying, you are saying that it was the department that cleaned that ward. You indicated that it was a dump site. Now, I'm saying my client is the one who had to go and clean that place and make it habitable.
Ka mantswe a mangwe wena ngaka o leka go tlhalosa gore ke lefapha la tša maphelo le lokišitšeng lona lefelo lela gobane lona lefelo le ga botsebotse e be le lefelo la go lahlela dilo e le dump site bjale nna ke nyaka go botša gore ge client yaka ke yona e lokišitšeng lefelo leo gore le kgone lefelo le kgona go dula batho le be habitable.
Okay, nkare a ka ba a kere department e renovatile 4 wards. Siabadinga ya shumisha 3 ya tšea yela ya dira dumping site ba latha di dustbin di nappies everything ge enka e tsena ya bontšha ward ye uwe a se e renovate e clean ya be ya balwetši.
Go lokile ge. Actually, the department renovated 4 wards and then Siabadinga used 3 and then the remaining one was used as a dumping site. Her pieces were just called in there and then when Anchor came in, they just cleaned that other ward so that it can be habitable.
So you'll agree with me that your decision then put an additional strain on my client's resources, on the NGO's resources, having now to clean a ward, which is something that the department should have done.
O tla dumela nna ke re yona kgato ya lena e dirile gore client ya ke be fatshe ga kgatelelo gobane ge ba berekisa dišomišo tša bona go ka phekafasha na lefelo leo mo e be go tshwanetse le be bona mošomo o tshwanetse dire ke lefapha la tša maphelo.
Yeo a sanka ka e botswa ka re ward yona e be le well renovated be no ba ntšha matlakala a be a latlhela ke Siabadinga ge ile re e be file strain nka se ba ngangiše mara a se ba mpotša.
I was not informed about that one because the room that we are speaking about, I mean, it was well renovated. The only thing is that it was only full of garbage which was thrown inside by Siabadinga. So the only thing that needed to be done on it is just to be cleaned so that people can come inside. So that it caused strain on our client, I was never told about that.
Now, you described an incident at Kalafong. Now, my understanding of that incident is that it also put an additional financial burden on the NGOs that were supposed to take occupation there, because they had to, having had to get into expense of removing rubble, they were not able to recoup those losses.
Go na le tiragalo gape o boletseng ya kona kwa kalafong incident gape le yona e bonagetse e ba ona morwalo o boima segolo thata lehlakoreng le ya tsona di-NGO ka sekgowa ba re ke financial burden gobane ba tshwanetse go tloga go ebelege ba kgoboketse ba tlosetse tsotlhe dilo tse seng tse botse mo tshwanetse tsona dirabo le matlakala ka ofela a moo gomme seo morago ga moo ga sanke ba kgona gore ba ka hwetša poelo e ba tshwanetse gore ba e hwetše bona kapa tšhelete ya bone e busetse morago mo go bona.
Just before you respond, Mr. Sibara.
My apologies to my learned friend, Mr. Pixela. Are we not getting into the realm of civil claim here? Vis-a-vis causation. If you can assist us.
So I'm asking myself, as to where are we going with regard to the issue of this renovation of wards,
Yes, please, the court.
Mr. Pichela?
My lady, we all know that in order to run any organization successfully, finances are an important aspect of that. We also know from the testimony of the witnesses that this impacted on their ability to deliver on the services. Now, these are some of the things that emanated from the decision by the department that placed additional burdens on the NGOs and which also affected their ability to deliver on their mandate. I wasn't going to dwell on the issue or take it any further. Hence, I was putting that proposition to the witness and ready to move on, my lady.
Mr. Sibara?
My lady, my learned colleague is ready to move on. Let's give him a path of way, my lady.
Okay. All right, thank you. Continue.
Can I just interject? Can Dr. Manamela adjust his screen? It's facing up on the YouTube side. I think she must just get a bit closer. Yes, I think that's much better.
Thank you. Continue.
Yes, court pleases. Dr. Manamela, you mentioned that training was provided to NGOs prior to receiving patient. Am I correct?
I didn't hear anything here now. I think you broke.
You mentioned.
Just before you continue, Mr. Pichel, I don't know. Mr. Mabella is not complaining, but sometimes you just pose a very long question, and I'm asking myself as to whether he's able to interpret everything that you have just said. So
I saw him taking notes, my lady.
Worried because, yeah, but all right. Just be careful.
No, I'll cut them short, my lady.
Please.
As the court pleases, thank you, my lady, for assistance. However, I was trying to scribble down whatever the counsel was saying, but thanks for assistance, my lady. I think
as long as
you
you
should
can
not put long prepositions so that I
yeah,
can.
as long as you get the context. But my worry was that the propositions were too long.
As the court pleases, my lady, thank you very much.
He seems to enjoy his cross-examination. That's why. Continue.
Dr. Manamela, you mentioned that training was provided to NGOs, correct?
Ngaka le boletse gore tlhatlo e be e fuwa tsone di-NGOs pele ga ge di ka amogela bona balwetse.
Go bjalo.
That's correct.
Just yes, continue.
Now, were you actively involved in that process, or it was something that was reported to you?
Wena ka buena ngaka o be o na le temano e bapalang o le active mo kapa ke se bo o begelwa sona ba go fa di-reporto?
Ba be ba mpha di-report.
I was given reports.
So you don't have any first-hand information in that regard?
Ka mantswe ge wena ge ga o ne kitso e ikemetseng e tswa mo go wena first-hand experience ka seng?
A ke re o trainer bona bao e be se in my job delegation mara be ke fiwa report ya list ya ba ba training. So e ke kgona ho bona ka re o signa bona batho ba trainiwang.
Okay. What I'm saying is that the training part was not part of my job delegation. What was happening is that I was given the reports of the people who have been trained. Actually, the list of people that were trained, the list of it was handed over to me.
Remember, we are talking about before patients were, what is that?
Were received by the NGOs.
Yeah, were received, yes.
We
We are talking before.
re bolla ka seemo ga ge pele ga ge bona balwetši ba ka amogelwa ke tswa di-NGOs.
Le nna ke bolela ka yona eo ka gore di-list tše ke di tshwereng ke dumela gore tše ba mpha tšona ke before.
Okay. Yes, even myself, I'm referring to the very same aspect. I think that the list that I'm having or are in my possessions are the list that were given to me before these NGOs received the patients.
Now, if I may gather from you, Dr. Manamela, this training, what did it involve? What did it include?
Henga ho tswa mo go wena ge ngaka gare ga botsebotse yona tlhahlo ka mo gare ga yona e be e tsenya eng?
Ka ge ke boletše gore e be e sa dire ke nna nka se kgone gore nka gopola gabotse gore ba dirile eng ka ngwaga o, mara ke a tseba gore
Tswela pele ngaka.
mo listing go bona le di-care workers, go na le mo trainweng di-managers. So ke mo ke rile ke bona ka kwiša gore kore o ra gore dilo ka moka tše di nyake be di botswa.
O lokile ge ngaka. As I said that I was not involved in the actual training and how it was done, but from the list that was given to me, I could gather or pick up that care workers were given training, even the managers received their training. So meaning that everything was done on board in a proper way.
My instructions are that was not done at Sepom, it was not done at Precious Angels, it was not done at Anchor, and it was not done at Siabadinga.
Instruction e tswang go client ya moemedi e re seo ga sa dirwa kwa Tshepong, kwa Anchor, kwa Siabadinga le kwa Precious Angels.
Nka se tsebe ka gore nna mo reporting e ba mphileng ke bone maina a ngwadileng gore o ke care worker, o ke mang, o ke mang. So nka se tsebe gore ke ba ko kae gane jwale, mara maina a be a le gona a ke tsebe gore na o direileng ge ba bona ba trainiwa.
About that aspect, I won't know about it that much because from the list that I was given, it indicated that this one is a care worker, this one is a manager. So I won't know, I mean, from the training side, and then this individual, from which side did he come from, or from which side did he originate from?
Now, that also means that the NGOs were not informed of the standards of performance or the standards that they were supposed to meet.
Seo se ra gore tswa di-NGOs ga tsanke di a botswa ka maemo tshwanetse re di a fitlhelele ge ntse mola di dira mošomo wa tsona kapa standard of performance.
And the risks that are associated with accepting the category of patients.
Can I answer that question first?
No, let him finish, I think.
Ngaka Moemele a feleletse ne. Pardon me, counsel. Can I
answer in one go? It's fine. Yes, I'm just breaking down the
okay, you can break it down now because she interrupted.
Yeah, I'm saying they were not informed of the standard that they are supposed to meet and the risks that are associated with accepting the the category of patients that were ultimately placed under their care, for one.
Putso ke ye ge ngaka gore ge bona ba di NGOs ga sanke ba butsiwa ka seemo tshwantse ba se fitlhelele gabotse mo go direng ga bona mošomo mo ka sekgwa ba re ke standard of performance gape ga sanke ba butswa le ka di-risky tse ba tlile go kopana le tsona ka go amogela mohuta o itseng kapa category e itseng ya balwetse bao ba tlhontse ba tlile mo go bona.
A ke dumele gore ke nnete ka gore le ge ke be ke sa dire training be ke na le go tshwara di-meeting le di-NGO heri planner.
Okay, go lokile ngaka. I don't agree with that preposition, even though I was not doing the training, but then I did hold some meetings with the NGOs during the planning.
And gona mo re a bolela gore o nyake yang ga o nyake eng. Le gore ge motho a fila gore a na knowledge a gapeletše ke motho gore a tle a tšee balwetse dilo tšewe nna be ke kgona go di bolela ye nka reng ke a exclude.
Go lokile ngaka o ska bolela taba e telele a ke kgone nka e fetiša gabotse. In those meetings, since I alluded to the fact that we held meetings with the NGOs, such issues were discussed on that platform. And another thing, this type of knowledge, people were told that if they lacked capacity or knowledge of certain category of patients, they should not take those type of patients.
That's all it then. Continue.
Yes, Melly, let me proceed to interpret what was left behind. Furthermore, in the meeting, I said that those who lacked the necessary knowledge on the category or specific category of certain patients were not forced to can receive those type of patients.
Yane ka ntle le Esidimeni ka baka la gore e be seo ka nako tša planning bona nka dumelelana le bona gore be ba sa tsebe di-standard or eng or what is se se nyakiwang ke department mara ba bangwe ba.
And when it comes to Esidimeni, yes, they were not present during the training, so I can agree to them that yes, they didn't know about the standard to be expected or to be reached during their performance and also the risk associated. But with these others, no, I don't agree.
Just hold it there. Continue.
Now let's test that logic for a little bit, Doctor. So what was some of these NGOs were new, they did not have experience with the category of patients that they were supposed to care for. Do you agree?
The NGO tse ding tse e be sele tse mshabile di sene yona kitso kapa experience ha re lebela yona category ya balwetse ba tshwanetse gore bona ba ba amogele ba sheshane le bona wa dumela
Experience tše dingwe di be di se nayo a ke
Yes.
experience o ba le yona go le on the work.
Yes, some of the NGOs did not have that experience. Isn't that you get the experience when you are hands-on or when you are on duty?
No, we agree, Dr. Munawe. So now what you're saying is, in a meeting that you held, you were able to impart that knowledge to a person who has never previously handled those type of categories of patients. And that was sufficient.
Ya go kwa ngaka Manamela gore mo meeting o bo o swara le bona ge o bo kgone feature yona kitso eo go yena motho o sanke bophelong ba gagwe a sene yona kitso ya gore a ka shumana a sorana le yona motlhobo o wa balwetse.
Aowa se ke re mo meeting o ba jwale ka re nna mo meeting e be ke tshwara be ke sa provide training be ke provide some information so training e be planelwa ka thoko e be se mo go nna.
Okay, I did not say that in the meetings I provided training. In the meetings, I just gave information, and then this part of the training, it was planned for on the other side.
But I've already indicated to you that this training that you are talking about, my instructions are that it was not done. And you said you are not involved in that process.
Ngaka ke shetse ke boditse gore yona training wa bolanga yona ga client ya gore ga sanke ya diriwa and wena o boletse gore ge wena ga o tsene mo lefapheng le la tsa tlhatlo.
Mara ke boletse gore ke filwe attendant registers ge le dinyaka di gona di attendant registers tša training mara gore o bo bolelwa ka eng ke engwe nka se kgone o e fetša le ge le gore.
What I'm saying is that I was handed over these attended registers of who was there, who attended. About the training, I cannot tell as to what is it that was given or they were trained on in the training.
Okay, let's move along, Dr. Manamela. Now, we know now from the testimony of the experts and some of the clinicians that came before this court, some patients had comorbidities.
Se se re utlwile ge ka tswa ditlhatsi tsa ditsebi tse tlileng di a fana ka bopaki go wena gore ya tsheko di-expert le di-clinicians gore ba bangwe ba lwetse ntse ba na le di-comorbidities.
Some had chronic conditions.
Ba bangwe ba na le malwetse a sa alafeng di-chronic conditions.
Some had a higher risk of relapse.
Ba bangwe tsa ba le risk e kgolo ya gore seemo sa bona se ka boela morago ba relapse.
And some were prescribed sensitive medication that required somebody with medical knowledge to administer to them.
And ba bangwe ba fiwe ditlhare tse go tweng di sensitive di be di nyaka motho wa go ba le kitso o ka kgonang gore a ka kgona gore a ba fe tsone.
And we're also told that environmental factors were also a factor to affecting the treatment of some patients.
And gape se se re utlwile gore environmental factor e bile lona le baka segolo thata ke gona go alefe bona balwetse ba.
Now, did you factor all these things in?
Mabaka ka moka o ile wa lebella wa shetša wa lebella.
Ka mental health patient re mo treater in totality a o šitše dinko morao. So everyone wa dira mental health.
Yes, in mental health, when you treat a patient, you treat a patient in totality. You don't leave anything at the back or behind.
The question is, did you consider all these factors?
Yes. Mabaka ka mokana o ile wa lebella na?
A lebeletše.
Yes, they were considered.
Continue.
Now, in the opinion of one Dr. Mkhatshwa, some of the patients were not dischargeable.
Dr. Mkhatshwa, is that what you are saying?
Yeah, I think it is.
Dr. Mkhatshwa was the manager of Life Esidimeni. Mr. van Bergen?
Thank you, my lady. Perhaps just to correct that statement, the evidence that was given was that It had been conveyed to the Department of Health, and the Department of Health was aware that up to 60% of the mental health care users at Life Esidimeni were considered not dischargeable. That was what the evidence was.
Maybe that's where he wanted to go. All right,
I'm
just
indebted to.
Thank you, Mr. Van Bergen.
As your ladyship, please.
Mr. Pichler?
Yes, I think it can be interpreted that 60% of the patients that were at Life Esidimeni were not dischargeable.
Dr. Mukacho testified that.
Yes. And this was according to the testimony of Dr. Mukacho.
Tšheletša gabotse ngaka ke tshepa gore o utlwile ka sekgowa ba re ge o ngaka e go tweng ke Dr. Mukacho wa kua la Esidimeni o ile a lemoša lefapha la tša maphelo gore palo e ka e dira go 60% ya balwetši ba bona ba monagano ge ga ba mo seemong sa gore ba ka kgona gore ba ka lokollwa eo ke pego e tlileng ka ena Dr. Mukacho.
And the department was told about it. Yes, I think you interpreted it. That's fine.
The court, please, my lady.
Ke ka mo department ileng ya renovator Cullinan, Vescopisi, Lister Fontaine or balwetši ba mohuta o ba ye go.
That is why the department undertook to renovate Cullinan, that is the facility, Vescopis and Sterkfontein, so that those type of patients should be moved to those places.
Okay, they renovated Cullinan, Vescopis and Sterkfontein.
That's correct, my lady.
Continue.
Yeah, but we know that they ended up at NGOs nonetheless.
NGOs.
Transdecker for one.
NGO.
That is correct. There are those who were taken to the NGOs.
Just hold it there. Yes, continue.
And we also know that NGOs were not equipped to handle those type of patients, correct?
And re a tseba gore tsa di NGO di be di sa fuwa tsone ditlabekelo tse feletšego kapa di se equipped gore di ka kgona go amogela ona mohuta o wa balwetši. Go bjalo?
Nna se nka se bolelang gore di NGO di tlile tša rena re ka ba amogela. So
what I can say, tswela pele ngaka.
Ge e le gore ka morago ga diphoso ba rile they were not equipped a one ntho e nka e bolelang mara di-meeting tše be re nna le bona be re checka di-staffo re checka di-equipment ra ba bangwe ba assessa le ke project team members.
Okay, go lokile. Well, these NGOs to us, they said that yes, they are in the condition to can admit or receive this type of people. However, I mean, after the problems that they've encountered, yes, they said that they were not well equipped. But then what I can say that during the meetings that we held with these NGOs, I mean, these issues were checked or were discussed. We looked at the issue of staffs. We looked at the issue of the equipment supplied to them. And then others were assessed by this project management team.
Just hold it there. Continue.
And bao ka nako ya team e be e dira di-visit bao ba bo hwetšang gore ba palelwa o sa bonalang gore ba ka kgona be ba tloelwa se ba fiwa balwetši.
Okay. And then during the time when this team undertook the visits, when they visited a particular site, discovering that these people are failing, they were not handed over the patients.
And Lee, le di NGO le di meeting tše ke beng ke di chaira be re ba botša gore ge o se ready o bona gore o ka se kgone a o gapeletšei.
Okay, even in the meetings that I stood as a chair lady, we told them that if you see that you are not ready, you are not forced to receive these patients.
Mr. Pichela, continue.
That's court pleases, my lady. Dr. Manamel, let's not beat about the bush. We know that this process of transferring patients, you did not look at each and every individual patient and pair it with an appropriately resourced NGO. You did not engage in that process because of the rush to close down Life Esidimeni.
Ngaka Manamela ska ra dira sehlaring tshirela ra iphitlha ka dilo tse seng gona re a tseba gore ka nako bona balwetši ba lekolwa ga sa nkela lebelela molwetse ka o tee go melamo tšea la mmea NGO e tshwanago le sona seemo sa ileng a le mo go sona se se gona lena le be le tlhaganetše kapa le rasha gore le tlo tswalela yona Life Esidimeni.
Nkare nna se ke se tsebang ke gore ke kgopetse bo doctor ba babedi gore ba assesse balwetši. Di-meeting tše nna be ke di tshwara le NGO le di-report tše be di presentiwa ka di-NGO di rile ye ready.
Okay, what I know is that I requested 2 doctors to assess the patients, and then in the meetings that I held, and then I was sent the reports, and then the reports detailed that this NGO, this type of NGO is ready, and this other one is not ready.
And ke ka moo ba bang balwetši ba išitšwe dipetlele. A se gore nkare mathata a se a be gona, mara e ka se tle o kare tujo tsoa ra a re eng.
That's why some of other patients were transferred to the hospitals, and then that does not mean that there were no problems that we encountered, and then we did not just wake up and say, come, let's go.
Yeah, the reason we are here is because of those problems in particular.
Lebaka la gore re be mo ngaka ke mabapi le ona mathata ao.
Now, doctor, I understand that one part of the reasons that were given for the termination of the Life Esidimeni contract was cost-cutting measures, correct?
Ngaka ke kutlwa gore le la mabaka le dileng gore yona Life Esidimeni e tswalwe ke gore ge go be go le ka gore go diretswa di cost measures go bjalo cost cutting measures.
Go bjalo.
That is correct.
So, in simpler language, it was cheaper to get NGOs than to continue with the Life Esidimeni, correct?
Ka polele utlwisang ga botse go be go le cheaper gore ge o hwetse yona NGO le gore o tswelle pele ka yona Life Esidimeni go bjalo.
Di-fees tša gona di a di lekane go bjalo.
That is correct, because the fees are not the same, they are not equal.
But NGOs would still have been expected to deliver the same quality of care as was being received at Life Esidimeni, correct?
Mara tsa di NGO di belebetse gore le tsona di fe yona quality care go ya ka mogo e be e tlhagiswa gona kwa Life Esidimeni. Go bjalo?
go bjalo fela nka e tlatša.
Yes, it's true. However, I can elaborate.
Life Esidimeni e be e patela ditlhare, NGO a e patele ditlhare.
Life Esidimeni was paying for medication while the NGOs did not pay for medication.
Ge balwetši ba lwala ba be ba išwa ditleliniking tša rena le bona ba sa patele selo ba NGO.
And further that when patients were sick, they were taken to our clinics and then they were paying nothing.
So ke ya o ba fokoletša gore mošomo wa bona o se ka ba imela lo ke mo bo fapana le wa ko Life ka mantswe a mang.
That was done to ease the burden on them. And then, in other words, it was just like in Life Esidimeni.
It was not like.
Thank you. It was not like in Life Esidimeni. Point of correction, my lady.
And gape sa mafelelo ke gore di NGO di be di dumeletšwe gore di ka claima disability grant ya balwetši mola Life Esidimeni be sa dumeleno.
And furthermore is that the NGOs were permitted to claim the disability grant of the patient, while Life Esidimeni was not permitted to do that.
Yeah, but doctor, that's a call comfort because we know that some of these patients did not even have SASSA cards.
Our rena tseba ga botse re mo ngaka ke se tlhareng tshirele so ba re ya tseba ga botse botse ba bang ba balwetši ba sene tsona dikarata tša SASSA.
Yes, before she answers, Mr. Pichela, what are we going to achieve with this?
No.
I don't know whether you expect her to answer. Please, let's move on and deal with the issues.
As the court pleases, my lady.
Because otherwise we're going to get another book. Please.
As the court pleases. Doctor, when Miss Diane Noile testified, you were present, correct?
Come again, Miss
Diane Noile.
Me Diane Noile a fana ka bopaki wa ba Esidimeni le bello gona?
Ke be ke le gona.
Yes, I was present.
You heard when she testified about all the problems that they encountered during the project, correct?
O motule ka nako a fana ka bopaki ka mathata bele ba kopana le ona ka nako ba dira ona project go bjalo?
O bjalo ka re mathata be ke a theeletša.
Yes, correct, because I listened to any problems.
Now, you had an opportunity to cross.
Do you understand this question, Dr. Manamela?
I
don't think you understood it.
What
Mr. Pichela wants to know from you is whether you heard the evidence of Ms. Noile when she was testifying about the challenges they had during the project.
Moemedi o rona bo kwele bana bopaki bo fileng ke na mme go ting ke Noile ga bolla ka tswa di challenges kapa mathata ha ba kopaneng le ona ka nako ba dira ona mošomo wa project.
The evidence that she tendered in this inquest.
Ke dumela
bopaki
ke be ke
o tlwella ngaka ke feleletsege kapa la se utlwa sekgowa bona bopaki ba borutseng go yona commission le mokoile kana ka bolela.
Ke mokoile.
Yes, I followed your testimony.
Thank
Now
you.
you had the opportunity to challenge that evidence, correct?
O bile le monyetla gore ge wena ge bona bopaki ba bolelang bo o ka kgona gore ge O ka ema kgatlhanong le bona kapa o bo challenge ka nako a fana ka bona bopaki boo?
She had that opportunity.
O bile le monyetla o wena ngaka gore o ka kgona gore bona bopaki boo a bego a borola ka sona sebaka seo gore o bontshe gore o kgatlhanong le bona kape o bo challenge ka nako eo.
Monyetla o bile gona.
You had
Yes,
the
I did
opportunity
have.
to.
Can I please interpret? Yes,
Apologies,
I did have.
Mr. Interpreter.
That's why I told you that he gets excited at times.
The answer is, my lady, I did have that opportunity.
Thank you. Proceed.
You also had the opportunity to put your version to that witness.
And I have bile le monyetla wa gore wena o ka tlhalosa yona polelo ya gago kapa vision ya gago go yona paki eo ka nako e ntse e bolela.
Awa, re be re sa dumele o tlhalosa vision ya rena. E ke gopola gabotse.
No, we're not allowed to place our visions, if I recall very well.
Can we move on, Mr. Pichela?
Now, you did not avail yourself of that opportunity, Dr. Manamel. You did not contradict the version of my client, Mr. Noile.
Wena ge ka nako wena ngaka ga sanko wa phirishana le yona polelo e be ge bolla ke ena mme o Noile ka nako a fana ka bopaki.
Ke dumela hore tse dingwe tša di advice ebile gore re tla di tlhaiša ge o ifa botlhatsi.
Okay, I do agree that we were told that we are advised that some of the issues will bring them forward when we are testifying.
The same with Miss Ethel Ngube. She testified, you did not, she indicated the problems that she had during the project. You did not challenge her and put your vision.
And le ena mme go tsweng ke Ethel Ngube le ena o ile a fana ka bopaki a tlhagiša mathata o ile ba kopana le ona le gona moo ga sanke wa ba kgatlhanong kapa le bona bopaki bo go a ba rola kapa yona polelo ya bego a e bolela yona vision ya gagwe.
Le gona moo ebile gore e tla re ge ke fa evidence di tla tlhaišwa.
Okay, even on that part, it was said that when I give my own evidence, then those matters will be raised.
That's the same with Ms. Karina Morale. You did not challenge her under cross-examination.
And gape le mme go tswe Karina Morale ga sank wa mo phigisha ka nako o tshwantse o mmuše dipušo ka cross-examination.
Le yona ebile the same.
Yes,
even reasons.
Even to this witness, the same reasons applied.
And again with Ms. Dorothy Franks, you did not challenge her when she indicated the problems that she had. You did not put what you would regard as a correct version to her, for her to answer to it.
Go be a le ka nna mme go thwe ke Dorothy Franks nako a fana ka bopaki ba gagwe a tlhagiša mathata ile a kopana le bona ga sanke wa mo phigiša gore a tla a kgone go tlhaiša ditaba tše botse kapa yona correct vision e be e tlhagišwe patlalatše.
Le gona moo ebile the same ebile ntho ya gore di tla tlhaga gona moo ge o fa bopaki.
Even on that aspect, the same reason that these matters will be brought forward when I'm giving my own testimony.
Now we are going to argue that your version be rejected and that the version of these 4 witnesses be taken, be accepted as unchallenged to the extent that your version contradicts theirs.
O tloella ge ngaka se se tlhaisang ke memedi o re ge ba tlo tlisa dipolelongangišano gore ge polelo ya gago kgoro ya tsheko e phaele thoko gomme kgoro ya tsheko e amogele bopaki ba ditlhatši tše fotse ka mokgwa di boletseng ka gona ya gago polelo e se ka tsewa gore ke yona ya nnete e phaele thoko. O nkwešiše gabotse ngaka?
A o ne ntho nka e dira if ba decide jwale nna a o ne ntho ka e dira mara nnete e tla no ba nnete.
If you decide to take that,
ba e tseba.
if you decide to take that route, there's nothing that I can do. However, the truth will remain being the truth, and you know the truth.
My lady, that will conclude my cross-examination at this stage, unless any issue that arises from further cross-examination by my colleagues. As the court pleases.
Thank you so much. Who's next? I think yesterday I gave the sequence. Miss Koka, are you ready?
As the court pleases, my lady.
Yes.
My lady, if I may request that we take tea time now so that I prepare myself, then I'll be ready.
That is why I'm asking whether you are ready. I see it's now 3 minutes before 11. We can resume at 11:15 and then to resume with your cross-examination. The witness can be one.
As the court pleases, my lady.
Le a lemoša gore le sa se fase ga boikano ba go bolela nnete, le a lemoša gore ka gore le fase ga boikano ga la tshwanela gore le ka sepela la bolela le motho mongwe ka bona bopaki ba le fanang ka bona, e ka ba moemedi e ka ba mang, ka se sebaka go iwa tieng go tlo buiwa ka 11:15. Le nkutlwa ga botse ngaka?
Ke a leboga.
Understood, my lady, thank you.
Court agents, thank you.
May it please the court, my lady.
May it please the court, my lady.
Thank you, Ms. Coca. I don't see the witness yet.
Judge, we're also waiting for the interpreter to get here.
I see the witness from my side, my lady.
Yes, I can see her. Can you check the whereabouts of Mr. Mabene?
He just got here, Judge.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Mabene, the witness is reminded that she's still under oath.
Ngaka re santse re go gopotsa re fa se ga boikano ba go bolla nnete.
Ke a leboga.
Thank you, my lady.
Ms. Coca?
May it please the court, my lady. My lady, I am going to be dealing with the following issues that arose from the evidence of Dr. Manamela. The issue of audits that were not done by Tshwane District.
Yes.
And also in the cross-examination of Ms. Rochelle Gordon, whom I represent, Mr. Makani indicated that there was never a communication between Dr. Manamela and Rochelle. I need to clarify that, my lady. In Dr. Manamela's testimony, my lady, Dr. Manamela also indicated that the NGO, the team that was looking around for the NGOs, that consisted of Ms. Hannah, it was supporting the district, my lady. I need to deal with that as well because our version is different. And also, I'll also deal with the issue of licensing that arose during Advocate Hasim SC's cross-examination, my lady.
Okay.
My lady, I see the time is 18 minutes past 11. Just to prepare someone who will be cross-examining after me, I do not anticipate that I will go beyond lunch hour.
Okay, that's fine.
As the court pleases. Good morning, Dr. Manamela.
Dumela Ngaka Manamela.
Thobela, advocate.
Hello, advocate.
Dr. Manamela, my name is Amanda Xoxa, and I represent Ms. Rochelle Gordon.
Ngaka leina la ka ke nna Amanda Xoxa, then ke emetse mme go tweng ke Rochelle Gordon.
Continue.
Yeah,
all right.
I do follow.
I believe, Dr. Manamela, that when Ms. Gordon was testifying, you were present during the proceedings.
Ke tshepa gore ka nako mme go tweng ke Rochelle Gordon a fana ka bopaki o be le gona ka nako ya tsamaisa bopaki ba gagwe. Go bjalo?
go bjalo.
That is so correct.
Thank you, Doc. It is common cause, Dr. Manamela, that before patients were moved to various NGOs, the audits of the NGOs were not done in Tshwane.
Come again? Do I just finish the statement?
Before the transfer of the patients to various NGOs in Tshwane district, audits were not done.
Pela ga balwetse ba ka shipisiwa ba isho mafelong a farologaneng gare ga ona district ya Tshwane di audits ga di a diriwa.
Ke kwile gona mo.
Yes, I did get that.
When did you hear that audits were not done in Tshwane?
O kwile neng gore di audits ga di a dirwa mo gona dikong se se Tshwane?
Ke kwile la mathomo ka nako ya ombudsman.
I learned about it on the first time during the times of the ombudsman.
Just hold it there.
So all the time you were laboring under the impression that audits were done in Tshwane?
Ka nako otlhe wena o le fase ga kitse gore di audit di a dirwa sedikong sena sa Tshwane.
Go bjalo.
That is correct.
Ms. Doctor.
I understand from Rochelle that before they do audits for NGOs, there's a year plan that is prepared, that is approved by the program manager in the district.
Yes.
Ke go ka ena mme go tweng ke Rochelle Gordon re pele ga go ka diriwa tsona di audits go diriwa yona a year plan go me e dira ke ena program manager.
And that year plan is sent to the directorate.
And yona plan eo ya ngwaga kaofela e romelwa ko directorate.
Asembeki aba e romele go nna ba ka ba e romela go chief director.
Chief director.
Ke re ba ka ba aba e romele go nna a ke be sinki ke binayo plan ya bona ya ka mo ya di district le ya go Tshwane.
That is not correct. It is not sent or forwarded to me. It might happen that it was forwarded to the chief director. I was never in possession of this year planner from the district of Tshwane.
Se ke tsebang ge be ba di district di nyaka thuso ya province ba yo dira di audit ke mo ba beng ba kgona go indicate.
What I know, it's in the instance when the district needed an assistance or help from the province, that's when they were able to indicate.
What kind of help do they normally require from your office?
Ke mohuta mo feng wa thuso gantši ba o nyakang go tswa officing ya lena ngaka?
Nka se di gopole ka moka mara ge o na le se ba pallang go se dira ba na le gopela thuso ge ba feditše ge ba nyaka budget ba romela go rena a se gopela thuso ke plan.
Okay, actually it's not the request of assistance. For example, in case if there is something that they are failing to do, they will approach us, and again, when they want to do a budget, again, they will approach us.
No, they will send it to us.
Okay, they will send it to us.
What kind of budget do they normally require from your office?
Ke mohuta mofe wa budget gantši a o nyakang go tswa officing ya lena?
Ge ba applyela a ke re nka le thoma ge ba seno humana NGO or ba seno auditor tša gale ba tseba gore di tlo tšwela pele ngwaga o latelang wa ditšhelete.
Let me say that, I mean, when they do the auditing, for example, of an old NGO, knowing that it's going to proceed going forward and whenever funding is needed.
Le ge ba dirile audit ya new NGO.
Even when after they've done an audit of the new NGO.
Bona ba compile budget ba tseba gore NGO ye mohlomong for example e tshwara bagekolo goba bana ba mentally disabled goba di mental ill patient ke moka ba e romela go go rena from them coordinator and finance.
If I want to take it further, is that after maybe acquiring the service of the new NGO, when they are compiling their budget, I mean, looking this type of NGO, which type of patients or category of patients do they admit, whether sick children, elderly women, I mean, patients with mental challenges, and then they will send it to the coordinator. The coordinator, coordinate le boletše ka coordinator le mang gape o mongwe?
Oh, e dira ko district, e dira ke coordinator le wa finance
Okay.
manager.
I'm saying that it is done at the district level by the coordinator and then the one who deals with finance manager.
Ke moka ba e romela, rena ra ba thusha ka gore ra di tšea ka moka tša 5 district tša mo Joburg tša mo Gauteng.
Then we take this request from 5 districts of
Ra
Tshwane.
ra dira budget ya bona mme ra e romela ko finance through several signatures.
And then we compile their budget and send it to the finance, but then it's done after several signatures have been obtained.
Le ge ba nyaka audit, le ge ba dirile audit, ba nyaka license, le gona ba romela request ya di license mo go rena.
Even after the audit was done and they're requiring a license, the request is also forwarded or sent to us.
Was that procedure done in the case of the Life Esidimeni?
Yona tsela tsamaiso yo e ya dirwa ga re lebelela mo re tlhakoreng la Life Esidimeni LE.
E ke beng ke sa tsebe ka yona ke ya di audit, mara ya finance ile ya dirwa, ya o kgopela di license ile ya dirwa.
Okay. What I don't know about it's about the audit side, but for finance and also for the licensing request, yes, it was done.
If you did not know about the audit of the NGOs in respect of the Life Esidimeni, what stopped you from inquiring whether they were done or not?
Hello, o bosne kitso ka audit ya Life Esidimeni ke eng se leng sa go emisha gore o nyake go itse gore e dirile kapa ya dirwa?
Ngwaga ka ngwaga a nke ke botsisha gore ba dirile di audit ka gore ba tseba gore ge ba sa di dira bona ka kwa le di management tša bona ba ka se kgone go kgopela di license le di tšhelete.
Year on by year on, they know that if they did not do it together with their management on their side, they cannot bring forward the request for licensing.
Le request ya masheleng.
And also as well the request for funding.
They, are you talking about the district of Tshwane?
District
Le hono o bolela ka district ya Tshwane.
Ya Tshwane le tše dingwe tše 4.
Yes, Tshwane district and other 4.
So the district and their coordinators know that.
They know that.
And just listen, the district and the coordinators, is that what you are saying?
District le di coordinators, ke sone se bolelang seo.
Ke sone se ke se bolelago.
Just hold it there.
That's what I'm saying, my lady.
Okay. So they know that if they didn't do the audits, they will not get the licenses and what?
And
Or ba le kitso re ga ba sa dira tsona di audit ba ka se kgone go ira kgopela license leng gape.
Le budget ba e kgopela ge ba feditše tšeo.
Okay.
They even put the request for a budget after they've completed doing that.
Thank you. That's fine. It's okay. Mr. Coker?
May Dr. Manamela, if you know, may you take us through this process of auditing? Who initiates the process and who finalizes it at the district level, if you know?
Hello, rona le kitso ge ngaka o ka re tšea go ena tsela tsamaiso ya di audit gore ga botsebotse e thoma ke mang gape e feleletse ke mang gona se dikweng ko district level. Hello, rona le kitso ya se.
e ka no se be ka moka mara ko districting chief director who in charge, and then the coordinator mo di districting tše dingwe di reporta to ba bangwe before a ba report straight to chief director. Ba ka no ba reporta go program manager or somebody else. Na pile
yes, I can elaborate and shed light, even though I'm not certain about that. But then at the district level, yes, at the helm is the chief director, and then there are also coordinators, and then these coordinators, they report to the chief director. But in other districts, the situation might be different, that they don't report directly to the chief director. Maybe it can happen they report to the program manager or other personnel.
And that personnel, ever report that person, the one who's above them, that one who report to chief director, okay. District.
The personnel that I'm referring to is the one who's above the coordinators in terms of the rank. So after they give the report to the one who's above them on a rank, that is the personnel officer, that one will report directly then to the chief director. However, I'm not sure that the same position applies in all the districts.
So, kadi audit ka NGO jahale. The district coordinators, for example, Miss Khoden, ba dira di audit, ba di thoma gona mo bo November, October for the following year. And e dira ke team.
Di sware gona mo ka le mme ke mang? Gordon. Okay. And then when I speak of the audits, I mean, referring to the old NGOs, I mean, it's done by the district coordinator, Ms. Rochelle Gordon. And then, I mean, they are planning this started as soon as in the month of November or October, preparing for the following year.
And then, kadi NGO chediswa, le gona, ge ba sno humana letter, ya gore o nyake ya NGO ye ntshwa oba NGO ye ntshwa iki tlhaishitse ba thoma ka di preparation ja di audit.
And then when it comes to the NGO functionalities, that after they received a letter which details, I mean, that a new NGO is required or the new NGO is there, they start preparing for the audits.
There was a connection problem. I'm not sure if I couldn't hear the interpreter. I'm not sure if that is the problem on my side only.
Can you hear me now? Cancer?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes. Can you just repeat what you have just interpreted, Mr. Mabena?
As the court, please, my lady. I was saying when it comes to the NGO, as soon as the letter is available, which detailed the need or the requirement of a new NGO or a new NGO has surfaced, as soon as that happens, then they start preparing for audits.
The audit di dirwa ke batho a di dire ke coordinator le teng o lokela di, for example, occupational therapist, psychologist, if ba le gona, I think 4 to 5 people ba di dira di audit tseo.
Okay, and then those audits are not only done by the coordinator alone. I mean, 4 to 5 people are involved in doing those audits. If I'm not mistaken, the occupational therapist is involved, psychologist, if it's available.
Let him finish. Yes.
Can you follow what I'm saying? Cancer?
I think he's having a problem and we don't have that problem. Maybe it's from your side. Perhaps you should just exit the meeting and Just do that, and then the interpreter will repeat the interpretation.
I'm back, my lady.
Okay, continue, Mr. Mabena.
Can you follow what I'm saying, Councillor? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Mapen.
Yes, I would like to repeat what I've just said earlier on the answer from Dr. Manamela. Not only the coordinator is the one who's responsible for doing this, 4 to 5 or 5 personnel are involved in doing that. And then if I'm not mistaken, the occupational therapist becomes involved. The psychologist, if it's present, also gets involved. Up to 4 to 5 personnel are involved.
Baba dira under the direction ya mental health coordinator.
They do that under the auspices of the mental health coordinator.
Di NGO ba thabishitse ba ikgopella budget ge ba ona le se ba nyakang head offices tseba ba kgopela NGO manager aba join.
Okay, it's what Avialo. If they are happy about the NGO, then they request for a budget, and if they want that the national office should know about anything, then they request the NGO manager to join them.
For example, the NGO tse ba fumanang di nyefisha gore re di tswale pele ba di tswalela ba re botsa gore e tla le di bone le re thushe re a di terminate.
Okay. For example, I mean, the NGOs that are slacking in doing their duties, those that need to be terminated, we are roped in or called in to come to say, come and help us here because we are about to terminate the services of this NGO.
Is
it so, Dr. Manamela, that audits
as the court, please, my lady, it seems there is a breakage in audio from Advocate Volker side. I cannot follow what she's saying some of the time, my lady.
And it appears Dr. Manamela was still saying something.
That's correct.
Before she asked that question. I don't know. Ms. Chalker, just check your connection. Is there anyone assisting you there? I think there are some problems.
May I exit again, my lady?
Yes, please do.
All right. I'm back, my lady.
Yes, okay. Can you, I don't know whether you just interrupted the witness. I don't know whether she has sufficiently answered your question or.
She has, my lady. It's just that she's
Oh.
giving too much information. Maybe that's why I interjected.
Oh, okay, that's fine then. You can continue. What was your question?
Dr. Manamela, is it so that the auditing of NGOs is a team effort that involves the MDT and also the adjudication committee?
Go bjalo ge ngaka gore mmereko o wa auditing ke mmereko o dirang ke sehlopha gare ga sehlopha se go na le adjudicating committee le ba MDT.
o bjalo ka re ke šetše ebile ke boletse gore o na le bo psychologist or bo occupational therapy.
Yes, it is so. As I've already alluded to the fact that yes, even occupational therapists are involved, even psychologists.
So failure to do the audits cannot be blamed on the district coordinators, isn't it? Only.
So, popalla go dira yona di audit ge go ka se sole fela ba di district coordinators. Bona ba le noši.
District coordinators ke mmereko wa bona ba bitša team members.
District coordinators, that is their duty. They call the other team members.
Do you understand the question, Dr. Manamela? It's based on the previous answer that you gave.
Pušo le tlhaloganya ga botse ngaka, pušo e tswa go karabo le fetša go efa.
Be ke a itlhaloganya mara o ka re bo ke fetša o efa le yona ke boletse gore in charge ya gona ke coordinator. Rena re ke re bolela le ba bangwe ba le ge re nyaka dilo re bolela le coordinator ke ena initiatang that this is the plan ya di audit mo districting yaka ro e dira nenneng le nenneng.
Okay, I did follow the question and even the answer that I gave previously. I did say that that is the responsibility of the district coordinator because we don't communicate with anyone except the district coordinator. He or he is the one who gives us whatever they are planning.
Council has just put to you now that failure to do the audits can be blamed on the district coordinators. What is your response? Do you agree or disagree?
Ke le tša botse ngaka moemedi yo go o tseba lebaka la gore ge go palla go dira gona di audit tše tshwantse di be di dirwe seo se ka se boe fela matsogong a di district coordinators wa le dumela lebaka lo kapa wa le gana.
Ha ke tsebe gore ke tla e fetola jwang ka gore nna ke bereka le district coordinator.
I don't know how I'm going to answer that one because myself, from my side, I deal with the district coordinator.
No. Does she want to say something?
Yes, my lady, I interjected her because I just wanted to interpret this.
A ke re o lokile ke no nyaka o bolela yona e gore rena re boledišana le coordinator go a ke kgone gore ke tla blame this word ya gore ke tla blame a ke tsebe mabaka a ge gore ba bangwe ba le kae mara nna re tseba di dira ke coordinator di leta ke yena.
Let me say this, my lady. I don't want to use the name or the wording to blame, but what we know from our side is that those audits are done or compiled by her. So I don't know where these other team members were. Hence, I do not want to use this word of blaming, but we know that it is dealt by her or him.
Nka fa motlhala ge coordinator ina le mathata e sa fetša di audit e kgona gore botša gore le ska makala budget yaka e ka se ka pele a se ke fetše ke se ile ra ba ra se humana from COJ during the process.
Okay, and I can make an illustration or an example whereby the coordinator experiences a problem in finishing the audit, she or he will inform us that, I have problems, I cannot finish my budget on time. Then even that surfaced from the COJ.
Dr. Madam,
Proceed.
all right. Dr. Manamela, you knew that audits were not done at Tshwane.
Dr. Manamelo, o bolele kitso the audit ga di a dirwa kwa Tshwane.
ke šetše ke tlhalositše gore ke tsebile ka nako ya ombudsman be ke sa tsebe ka re ge ba ya di-audit a ban reportele gore dia audit nna ke bona ka request ya finance request ya license.
I did answer that question that I only learned about that through or by the ombudsman. And then when they do these things, they did not involve me or inform me. The only thing that gets to inform me is when the request of finance is made or the request for licensing is made.
The reason why I say you knew, it's because you knew that the protocol, the normal protocol of appointing NGOs in respect of life Esidimeni was not followed.
Lebaka la gore ke re o a tseba ge kapa ke re o bona le kitso ka seo o tseba gabotse gore tsela tsamaiso ya maleba kapa no protocol nako go appoint na NGO life tsela tsamaiso ya gona ga sang ya latela.
Gabotse nna ke tla tseba dilo tše ile gore di mo functioning yaka. For example, life Esidimeni termination.
What I can say is that things that I have knowledge about are issues that are on my line of functioning. For example, issues of life Esidimeni, tswela pele.
E affected the district ka moka.
It affected all the districts.
And all the district ka moka di dirile di audit.
And all district did audits.
And ba bangwe ba na le mathata jwale ka ke boletše ba kgopela extension ba re a se re fetše.
And those who had problems, as I've already said earlier on, they will request for an extension indicating that they are not yet done.
Jwale o bose ka mokgong ka no tseba gore tshwane yona a e di dire because rena be re bereka sha termination include everybody.
So there was no way that I could have known that, Tshwane have not done that because we were dealing with the terminations which involved everybody.
And le gona ke makaditše ke botlhatse ba rotšhele o re kirile ba ske ba di dira. Udimo a 5 district nka di kgetha Tshwane gore ske ya dira.
And I'm surprised by the testimony of Rochelle saying that I said they should not do them. Out of all the district, can I choose Tshwane?
Yona e be ina le mmereko o mogolo gore ba ska dira di audit mola ba bangwe ba di dira.
And then this Tshwane district had much work to do. How can I stop it from doing the audits while others were doing the audits?
Asanka ka ngwala lengwalo ka re ba ska di dira nkebe le ba fo ba sa di dira o ba ka bolela in the meeting le bona nke ba sa di dira.
I did not write a letter to them telling them that they should not do it. Even these other 4 would have not done that. I would have spoken in the meeting that they should not do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Manamela, you knew that the audits were not done and Rochelle asked you why was the normal protocol not being followed and you said everything will be corrected later.
The audits had a direct Rochelle wa tseba gore yona tsela tshapadisho kapa protocol ya seema leba ga sang ke a shala boroga botse wena wa re go mara ba re dilo ka moka di tla lokisha nako ntse tsamaya kapa morago ga nako.
Sorry, my lady, before the witness could respond.
Just a second, Mr. Sibera. Mr. Sibera?
What my learned colleague she's putting, is it a fact or a version from her client? It will be best if she can advise us.
Let her explain, but I'm understanding it as she has put it. Okay.
Is a version or a fact? You knew that what my learned colleague is putting now, we can find it on the transcript of Ms. Godan's evidence. If she can just favor us with the pages. I don't recall her testifying that audits were not done in Tshwane. And she put that to Dr. Manamela, who then told her that we will correct it later. If she can just assist me, my lady, before the witness could answer.
Ms. Koto?
My lady, I do not have that at this point. However, we'll look for it. I'll get to that, my lady. But what I wanted to direct the witness to, which was discussed, this issue was discussed by Mr. Makani and Rochelle. It appears on page 432-33, my lady. On sentence number 3, my lady, Mr. Makani says, if you do not understand it, if you do not understand something, feel free to say, advocate, I do not understand it. Can you explain? I'm saying you said the audit was done later after placement. So I am saying to you that was done at the request or instruction of Mr. Manamela, as you have testified yesterday. And Ms. Rochelle says the reason why we did it later is that we did not really have time to do it because, remember, Tshwane had a bulk of NGOs and we also had our existing NGOs, about 39 existing NGOs. So we're finding it very difficult to do it on time where the NGOs were placed.
Before the NGOs were placed.
Yes, my lady. And she goes on to say this is why we only did it afterwards, because it was also difficult for us to get the multidisciplinary team in place. And then Mr. Makani says, okay, so did Dr. Manamela specifically said audits will be done later, or it was your own decision to say, let us start with others? And then I objected, my lady. My lady, that's me now, my lady. My lady, the witness has not referred to audits. She has referred to protocol, my lady. She has testified that Dr. Manamela indicated that protocols will be corrected later, not audits. Which is why, my lady, I am saying, I'm correcting the witness to say that Rochelle never said Dr. Manamela gave them instruction not to do audits.
Not to do the audits,
yes. They did not do audits because of time.
No, it's captured. That's. I think we can proceed now.
We can proceed, my lady. Thank you.
Yes. Hasim, can we give him the opportunity?
As a court, please, my lady.
Sorry, my lady, and sorry for interrupting. And I just wanted to know whether it would assist to give page references for what my learned friend is referring to, because I had put these questions to Dr. Manamela in cross-examination on this point that my learned friend is exploring right now. So I do have page references if it's of assistance. If not,
you also have other page references
of Ms. Gordon's testimony. Yes.
Oh, okay. You can, if you want to assist, you can. Yes.
The first is at page 43070.
43070.
070.
43070.
Yes, my lady. That was her testimony on the 11th of February.
Yes, I was saying to you, I want us to deal with the communication. I want you to tell us whether you ever communicated with Rochelle during the Life Esidimeni project or not.
Rochelle Godan, project ya life Esidimeni e kapa awa o ile wa buisana le yena?
Ke tla reng go na le dilo tse be ke boledišana le ena jwale ka ge ke be ke boledišana le ba bangwe ba di-coordinator.
Yes, I will say there were some aspects whereby I got involved with her, discussing with her, like I did with other coordinators.
Can you recall what you discussed with her specifically?
O ka gopola gore ke eng se le wa se bolela le yena?
A ke gopole ke dilo tse dintši mongwe tse be re di bolela a ke gopole maybe councillor ka nkgopotša.
There are a lot of things that we discussed about, so I can think is that the council should look at the fact as to this statement or the sentence is written under which auspices.
And ge ke bala ko 43236 ke under ntwe a bolelang gore nna ke rile will correct later be ke gana yeo.
Okay, and then if I read from page 43236 is the very same thing that you were saying that I said this will be corrected later. That is what I'm disputing.
That's why ke be ke ra ke na communication le yena ka taba ye ya gore dilo di tla dirwa late.
That's why I said I did not have any communication with her when she said things will be done later.
Maybe I'm not going to take this matter any further. I'll
Yes,
argue at the end. Yes, my lady.
I wanted you to move on, correct? You can move on now.
If I may. Thank you. Dr. Manamela, if I may, I just want to understand your evidence. You've indicated that in your office, you had a team that was identifying the NGOs, and you had a team that was responsible for placing users to different NGOs. Did I hear you correctly?
Ngaka ke hutula ga botse office ya gago o bona le setlhopha se se identifying di NGO ne ga bona le setlhopha se se placeang bona balwetsi mafelong a farologaneng di users.
Ke nnete.
That is correct.
So would you dispute that this project marathon involving Life Esidimeni was managed in your office?
O ka gana re na project marathon e tsensang Life Esidimeni e be e manage go tswa office ya lena?
E be isa manage to officing yaka mara provision ya mental health e tswa officing yaka.
It was not managed from my office. However, the provision of the mental health, yes, it originates from my office.
Rochelle testified that they were giving support to Ms. Hannah Jacobus and Mr. Tobane, who were identifying the NGOs.
Meo Rochelle o file bopaki gore bona ba thego go yena Mrs. Hannah le Mr. Tobane bao ba šoma ka taba tša go identify di NGOs.
Ye nka se gane ka baka la gore di NGOs di tsibiwa ke district be le ena mo le other 4 coordinators be ba šoma le bona o identify same as.
I cannot dispute that because I mean the NGOs are known by the district, but then it was not only them, they worked with other 4 coordinators as well.
Le gore ge ba place le gona bentši ba o place le bona entši ba bereka le bona nka se ganetše.
So I cannot further dispute it because even the placement team also worked with them as well.
So would you agree that Rochelle and other coordinators from Tshwane were giving support to the NGO identifying team.
So ka gona ga itse gore yena Rochelle he le ka le coordinators tse ding ba fa yona support go bona tse di sehlopha sa ba dirang yona placement gona mo.
Alai be ga botse ba rile Rochelle and other coordinators from Botswana.
Yes. Le ba shumi mong ba ga tswang gona Tshwane.
If I re ke correct ya gore ba tswang gona Tshwane. Rochelle be le coordinator ya Tshwane, gona le ntate wa coordinator ya West Rand le ntate wa Esidimeni. So all these 5 le mme wa COJ le wa Ekurhuleni ka mokana ga bona be ba thushana le identifying team bile ba tlo thushana ge re place ka May June le placing team.
Yes, I just wanted to correct that aspect that this Rochelle Gordon, she was working with others coordinators from West Rand, Esidimeni. There was others from COJ and Ekurhuleni were available at the new NGOs.
And le gore ge replace ba tsebe ka gore ke bona ba tlo ensure gore budget e ba e filweng e tla cover balwetsi le mathata ba tlhakanang le gona. So ke ka bonyane se nkareng ke be ke a se gopola.
Then furthermore is also to assist us during the placement period that the budget allocated will be able to cover all the needs of the patients. I mean, that's what I can say I can remember in short.
All right. If I may go to now the licensing. Dr. Manamel, you'll correct me if I'm wrong. When Advocate Hasim SC was cross-examining you about the Tsepong license, she asked you whether you were satisfied that Tsepong should be licensed. And your answer was all you did was to endorse what was said or was stated by Tshwane, by the district. My apologies. Did I hear you correctly there?
Licensing nako Senior Councillor Hasim a go busha ka taba ya Tsepong license ya ntse. Wena ge o re wena sa go se le wa se dira go gore ge o bo o ndosa seo se be se hladitswe ke bona ba Tshwane go bja le go tlile ga botse.
Ge a ka no ba amisitse tše dingwe ge di NGO di identifyilwe re ina
tše ding tše gona mo Tshwane di be di se ready seemo se se botse se gona se nyaka go se fahlela mo popolong eo.
a one se nka se bolelang ka gore a sa nka itlisha go nna taba eo.
There's nothing that I can say because she did not bring that to my attention.
Just already there. Continue.
Who informed you that the NGOs were ready to receive the NGOs in Tshwane?
The NGOs were ready to receive NGOs.
In Tshwane. My apologies. Who informed you that the NGOs were ready to receive patients in Tshwane, Dr. Manamel?
Ke mo go botse di NGO di be se di le seemong sa go loka go amogela bona balwetse mo Tshwane.
For the sake ya project ebile ntate Thobane le mme Hannah Jacobus ba ke beng ke ba allocatile gore ba di identify.
Yes, it was Mr. Thobane and Miss Hannah Jacobus, the ones that I've tasked that they should identify the NGOs.
Just a second. Yes.
Le gona ba be ba sa botse nna fela di be di presentiwa ko meeting wa o leader ke MEC ba botsa.
I'm going to cut you again, Miss Dr. Manamela. I think you've answered the question.
As the court pleases, my lady.
I don't want it be like you were denied that opportunity, because the question was straightforward. Who? Then you specifically answered it to say Mr. Tovani and Ms. Jacobus, those that you assigned to identify the NGOs. Full stop. Thank you.
Thank you, my lady.
Dr. Manamela, because you've assigned your two officials from your office, you would not have expected Rochelle to tell you directly that only El Shaddai was ready. That information you would expect to get it from the two individuals that you allocated that function to, isn't it?
Ka gore o bo o thwetse ba babedi ba gore ba go botse ka yona information o sa bile gore ena mme o Rochelle a ka go botsa gore yona NGO e be e lokile ka nako ke El Shaddai o bo lebeletse gore o ka botsa ke bona ba babedi ba o be go ba thwetse gore ba go direla mošomo go bjalo.
Go bjalo fela nka fatlhela.
Yes.
So, however, I can elaborate.
Ka gore ke boditse councillor my lady gore ge ba na le mathata be ba na le direct le nna ke na le direct communication le bona, so ke dumela.
Yes,
No,
my
let her, okay, you can interpret and then she'll finish a statement. Interpret first, that's fine.
As the court please, my lady, it just missed my mind because I listened to the court when he speaks. O ka bušeletša gape mme wa ka.
Be ke re le go le jwale ke be ke ba file permission gore ge ba na le challenge ba kgona go ka no lo itlisha mo go nna.
Yes, I said that I had given them a permission that whenever they were experiencing a challenge, they can bring it directly to me.
All right. Dr. Manamela, I wish to direct you to paragraph 10 on page 43238.
Is it paragraph 10 or line 10?
Line 10, my lady, my apologies. I apologize.
Line 10, sing paragraph 10.
Did you get the page number? Is there anybody who's assisting, directing us to the pages? I've got the page myself. I don't know about Dr. Manamela. Okay.
I found the page, my lady.
If you may start from line 8 there, Miss Gordon. She's busy there with Advocate Makani. She says, I said I was unhappy, Council. I was unhappy that we did not follow protocol. Mr. Makani, all right. Dr. Manamela's version is that she had no choice to give those instructions that you spoke about because that was an instruction from the department itself, from the MEC, and she was more, I believe that is accountable with the initial strategy, which was 2014-2020 strategy. Any comment to that? And Rochelle says, yes, I did understand that she was also taking instructions from the MEC. I was aware of that. What instructions is Advocate Makani putting there? What exactly was that instruction?
Instruction Advocate Makani abolangane ke feng ngaka go tswa mo pullong e fetsang go balwa e.
Nka fiwa nako gore ke gopotse ka yona.
Can I be given a time so that I can just remind myself about it?
Okay, you can do so, Dr. Manamela.
O ka dira bjalo ge ngaka?
My lady, I don't see Dr. Manamela. I'm not sure if you see her. I just see a shoulder, piece of a shoulder there.
I was reading part of this record. She's not showing. She's, I think she's reading. No, let's see you are there. Continue. I wanted to assist you just to look at this record, but
Mr. Sibara's hand is up, my lady.
I can see.
My lady, if I can just assist colleagues, Dr. Manamela, she's using 2 devices.
Oh, okay.
The reason why sometimes she would seem as if she has disappeared, she's reading from her own laptop and using Mr. Advocate Makani's laptop, as we can see on the bottom left.
I don't have any problem. I can see part
Yes.
of her. Yes, I can see that she's here.
Yes,
I read it, my lady.
Yes, Dr. Manamela.
We are ka se se ngwadile mo ke ge antse a bolela ka di-protocol.
Ho lokileng, ka e tshware moo, e tshware gona moo. According to what has been written here, it was when she was speaking about the protocols.
Yes.
Ke ra hore a ke re ke be ke nyakile go tseba gore ntho e councillor a e bolela e mabapi le eng? E mabapi le di-protocol. Unless
Even that, I wanted to find out about what the councillor was speaking about, that it relates to the protocols.
I'm not sure if I understand your response. I mean, Ms. Talker's question, she just wanted to know as to what instruction is being referred to there by Mr. Makani when he was cross-examining Ms. Roger. Was that not your question?
Yes, my lady.
Puso ko gore ba nyako tseba gore ke di-instructions tse feng tseo Advocate Makani a bego a bolla ka tsona ka nako a cross-examine kapa a botsolotsa yena mme Rochelle go done dipotšišo.
I see Mr. Sibara's hand is up. Before I give you the opportunity, Mr. Dr. Manamela, you have been referred to this page 43238, right? If you want to go a little backwards on this record, just to get a context of what the conversation, this cross-examination was all about, right? Then that can assist you. I thought I didn't want to go that far. Just bear with me. Yes, if you take it from perhaps page 43237. This is the previous page that Ms. Toka referred to. And then from there, it will give you the context of what, up to where Ms. Toka has just referred you to. Maybe it can assist you. I don't know if Mr. Sibara still wants to say something. Mr. Sibara.
My lady, the court captured it very well, because if we can just grab a paragraph in the middle without starting from the context when it flows down, it becomes a bit complicated. Thank you, my lady.
Yes, when you were interjecting and saying these other things, I was looking at the context to give it a more into perspective.
Thank you, my lady.
The other thing that I wanted, I'm sorry to say this to you, Dr. Manamela. If you are tired, you must tell us. We understand that you have been in the stand for quite some time, right?
ntho nya go botsana ngaka ko re go la pele o re botse go bane ke a tlhaloganya ga botse gore o dutse gare ga ona stene se o fana ka bobaka fa lebaka le telele wa utlwa ngaka I do follow my lady.
Yes, okay. Did you want to say something?
Se gona se bonya go se bolela
ke gore a ke tse gore mo ngwe councilor ka repeater question nna ke kwešiša ka mokgwa ke ikwešišang ke ka mokgwa e ngwadilwe mo gore o se ka bolela ka di-protocol o bolela ka di-instruction o bolela ka what my directorate was telling them what to do and o bolela ka o tšhaba o tšhatšiwa ka insubordination. So,
maybe the council must repeat the question for me, because from what I've just read, it still speaks about the protocol, the instruction, about the directorate and her afraidness of being charged for insubordination.
My lady, that's exactly how I've read it. But now that there was a version that was put about the instructions from the MEC, I wanted to understand what those instructions are, since Dr. Manamela is on the stand. I just wanted to understand her evidence.
We can pass it. I don't think that is that important.
All right.
All right.
Dr. Manamela, you're not sure of that version, isn't it?
How sure ka yona version e go bjalo?
Instruction ke ya go terminate life Esidimeni.
If we want the instruction is of termination of the contract of life Esidimeni.
Dr. Manamela, I'll argue at the end, and I'm putting to you that Rochelle was just a district coordinator following instructions from your office.
Ke totša dipolo tša mmušana mafelong gore yena Rochelle e be le district coordinator a latela ditaelo go tšwa officing ya gago.
Do you have any comment?
Se gona se ka se bolelang ka lona lebaka la gore Rochelle e be no ba fela district coordinator a latela ditaelo go tšwa officing ya gago.
I cannot comment. I cannot comment.
No comment. I think I've already elaborated on that.
I'll also argue, and I put it to you, that Rochelle had no decision-making powers in relation to the transfer and placement of mental health care users to the different NGOs in Tshwane.
Ele ke go botša gore yena Rochelle o be a se mo seemong sa gore kapa sa go dira di-decision tša go transfera le go bea bona balwetse go di-NGOs tse fapaneng gona mo Tshwane.
Basic decision maker on transfer. I care we have the two identifying team members of the team.
That is correct. She was not in a position to make a decision about the transfer because she was working with two members who were tasked with identifying the NGOs. That's correct.
And 4 members who are charged with placing. So she had no.
Yes, that evidence is on record of who were there. Yes, thank you.
I also put it to you, Dr. Manamela, that Rochelle also did not have any decision-making powers in relation to the termination of the contract with Life Esidimeni.
Le gore gape no Rochelle o be sene matla mo bakeng la gore ge go feditšona kontraka e ya Life Esidimeni. Araba ngaka.
Ke nnete o be a senayo o ka re le nna ke senayo yena o tla ba nayo jwang ke a senayo.
That is correct. Even myself, I did not have decision powers. How should have had it if even myself I don't have it?
Just sit properly. Just sit properly. Yeah. Thank you.
My lady, those are my questions for Dr. Manamela. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think who's going to follow after Ms. Parker? I've set the sequence yesterday. I think it's Mr. Profi. Am I correct, Mr. Profi? Where are you? Is he there? Mr. Profi, are you there?
I'm here, my lady. Sorry, I was just having difficulty clicking. Mr. Bungle was supposed to go now, but I have no problem.
Yes, that's why I go straight to you because we're having a predicament now. But then it's now a few minutes before 1 o'clock. I think in order to prepare yourself properly, we can take the adjournment now. We will start at 2 o'clock. The witness can be warned.
ngaka le santse le gopotso le fatshe ga beikano ke re le santse le mo diboxing le fana ka bopaki ga la tshwanela gore le ka ba le motho mongwe ka bopaki be le fanang ka bona ga mmogo le ena moemedi wa lena ešita le ena ga la tshwanela le ka boletsana le ene re ya dijong.
Ke a leboga.
I do follow, my lady. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What agents?
As the court pleases.